And we're back again.
You're on a path in the woods.
Indeed I am.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Yes, it is.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
She is there.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yes, it will. Do I get some kind of reward?
Yes,
for this?
but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay. Yeah. I turn around. and-
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No. Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
You fucker.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can
Piss
still be
off.
saved up.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
You're not emotionally blackmailing me.
Stakes
into
and
doing
consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
This. You're an ounce of maturity.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one
damn
of
it.
superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Fuck the universe. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Ah, fuck
Wait.
you.
What's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Yes.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right?
Uh-huh.
But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Correct.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods,
Yes, I am.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yada yada, yeah, we already got it.
You're here to slay her.
No.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I guess the world's ending. Also, what is that? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go into the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
There are always walls in the wood
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
Yeah.
He's like a captive audience.
Exactly.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Of course.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Sweet, tight.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Nah. Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning. Before you go in, she will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Yeah.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Let's keep an open mind.
Let's go to the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window.
Throw it out the window.
What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Exactly, what it's gonna
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
The only things you don't know what to expect are for me.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, but when everything here is so wrong.
Oh, yes, very straightforward.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Let's throw it out the window.
You take the blade from the... Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice. You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Throw the blade out the window.
Yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night.
It shattered this window.
I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
Exactly.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Let's just go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby.
Yeah, freaking win.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Exactly. Take the hard stairs.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears,
Whoa.
and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
My cursor is different.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish,
It's getting simpler.
until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
Aye.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stair. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Yeah.
The
let's be a
princess,
little devil.
eyes bright
go.
but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She's...
Oh, sorry. What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
That hurt my ears and my heart.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Just like grab her both and just like.
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter?
Eh, whatever.
Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan.
Okay.
Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Yeah, let's make 3. There's more of you.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again.
We're on to
I
something.
don't like where this is going.
Neither do I.
I like
Which
it
is why
a
you
lot.
need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
Okay.
How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Make
Always
4.
start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh,
My
come
bad.
on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back.
Let's make it 4.
Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop
Just like-
stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Trying for. Whoa. Trying to get you out of here, trying for your. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. You were in the basement. Regretfully think about that time you threw the blade out the window.
Wait, that's not right. Go on.
Go, do it.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
I'm very evil. Probably going to sell someone's soul. Okay. What are we doing?
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
I'm going to make you cold. Just sign here and here and here. You're actually gonna have to read this contract. So Demon Industries. By signing this contract, you are selling your soul and giving us the right to do anything we desire with it, including burning it in the pits of hell for all of eternity. So if you just sign right there, that'd be great. That's what the end of the world looks like. What an unbearable mess.
But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Oh, he's gone.
falls
now.
apart.
Hello, Princess Amalgamation.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to
Let's
us?
just get like.
What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit.
Oh, that gives me a headache.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Probably.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Maybe.
Please.
That's mean. I'll do my best. And you got yours. Goodbye. Goodbye forever. Cool. But we'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone, Mary.
She's gone? Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Nah,
Is that
she's
a
at the
mirror?
thing.
Why is it here? Why now?
Good question. Just birds in the air.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
Woods feel small, distant as you approach. Just gaze into my reflection. Let's see what's in it. You've unraveled. I've unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Let's go to the cabin. Let's see what she has to say. Hello. Hello. It's an amalgam princess within
There's a
an
world
amalgamation of a
beyond the
princess.
endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us.
Damn.
You and I are the only things that interest me.
That's a little rude to people. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Okay. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's kind of similar, you know?
They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Alright. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator. He wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
How many more vessels do I need to bring to you?
One.
Oh,
Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular.
Gravity.
A final multitude.
this is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Okay. If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just gonna stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you. I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world?
An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Did the game crash? That was intentional, right? Oh my god, the game crashed. It actually crashed the game. That was intentional.
You have returned to me.
Hi.
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Thing goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
There it is indeed.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, let's go.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What happens if we do the save route, but we don't warn her? We actually let the narrator control us.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and
Leave the
walls are
knife
painted
there.
in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I'll leave the knife there, and
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I will go down. I'll save her. I'll get her out.
The door to the basement creaks open,
then
revealing a staircase faintly illuminated
I'll
by an
kill her,
unseen light in the room below.
The narrator takes over.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing.
It's
It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you.
Yeah.
It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Ooh. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Am
No,
I now?
you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
She's nonchalant.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm
She's
sure
so
we'd be
nonchalant.
nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Yeah, we know what happens.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Yeah, easier
Look at the
for
mess
you.
you're in.
Easier for you.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind
Yuck.
you. The
Gross.
clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
Alright.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
She's evil.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
First lock door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her
Area
escape
takes
into the
over.
world.
Evil.
No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Oh, yes, I
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
Yeah.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
It's over. We're dead.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Witch.
You're on a path. You're here to
Okay, let's proceed again.
A warning. She will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Yeah. Yeah, we got this. We're good. Just gotta sneak up and...
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the shelf. It would, well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Exactly.
That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Yep.
Her voice skitters up from below.
I like all of the verbs that they use to describe her voice coming out. Her soft voice carries up. Her voice booms up. Voice skitters up.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Oh, you definitely will. I'm not. No, I'm gonna say nothing.
Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I recognized the sound of your nervous little footsteps as soon as they came into my home. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Exactly.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
What? No.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
I would like to endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Thank you very much.
Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out?
Wow, incredible.
Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember... No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
Exactly.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Good idea.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Look, I'm sorry
Ooh,
about last time.
smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Ouch.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Okay. Look, I know, things got messy last time. But there's something bigger than the both of us. We should team up. Don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's a broken trust. Take this. Do that yet.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's a broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she, as do I? Abstain? You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Yeah, never mind. It's a silly idea. We could do that. She clearly hates us.
Good.
Oh, have you decided to rescind your gesture? I wouldn't trust me with it either.
The blade isn't for killing you. Not for killing you. Gotta get you out somehow, right?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Bad idea.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her.
Exactly.
We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking? You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Calm down. Go first.
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known, and I've learned better by now.
Just go first.
You're the one who said you can't leave here without me, which means I I hold all the guards. You don't hold the guards. I hold all. You don't hold any of the guards. Either you go up first or we stay here. Up to you.
The princess leans close, her nose twitching as she sniffs your neck inquisitorially. What is she doing?
I think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie.
Exactly.
Your stink is the stink of a wretch, but not of a liar. If I have to go first, I'll go first. But I'll have you know my ears are sharp, and I've got eyes on the back of my head. They'll be watching.
Eyes on the back of her head. Does she really?
No, we're fine.
We're good. It's all
Princess
fine.
pointedly
Whatever.
turns her
We're
back
good.
on you
Just
and
keep
starts
going,
up the
keep on going.
stairs. You follow close behind her, the two of you walking on tiptoes through the knotted roots of the basement stairs.
It's time, boys. Stab her in the back. Do it. Do it now.
Do it.
Wait, I thought we were helping her escape.
Of course we're not. You didn't buy all that noise I was putting down, did you? I was just waiting for a moment for us to strike. She has it in for us, you know.
Wow, that's an amazing idea that I totally never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us.
Wow, you said exactly the thing I imagined you would say as soon as you heard my brilliant plan.
It's brilliant.
This whole
truly.
day is a
Wow.
dream come true, really.
You plunge the blade deep into the princess's back, driving her to her knees amid the roots.
Would you look at that? No need to thank me. But, you know, please, do thank me.
Thank you very much for your genius plan.
Of course you'd betray me the moment I turned my back on you. Don't think you're leaving here alive, wretch.
She shoves you in return, sharp teeth clamping around your ankle as the two of you tumble down the uneven stairs in a hastening flurry of violence and loathing. You separate with a bone-shaking thud as you hit the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Yeah,
Did you
it's
really
lame.
think you could stab me in the back without suffering the consequences? Fool, 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 you're such a ridiculous fool.
Damn, I thought I had you there.
The princess lets out a mocking laugh.
I could see your scheme twitching in every muscle. I understand you too well for there to be secrets between us. We're the same creatures at our core. Spite runs through our very marrow.
Okay.
By our very natures, only one of us can make it up those stairs unscathed. Better me than you.
At least we can all agree that it was a good idea to make her go first.
Yes.
How? Well, she was going to betray us, wasn't she? And we struck first.
Exactly. Either way, we die, but she dies in this
Our
case.
back is broken.
But we gave it our all. No regrets.
Yeah.
Besides, she's got to have it as bad as us, right?
The princess's body
Oh, so she does have it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife?
Probably
Isn't
a literal
that
twist
so-
of the knife.
So funny.
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way.
Yeah, I guess so.
What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
Yay.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Ew.
Is that really what's going to happen?
I guess so.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this
Guess so.
place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Weird.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Yeah. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone again, but the mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. Oh, look at my pointer. It's a crow again. And nothing more. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. Refocus your gaze. See it. Figure. Faint. Veil. Shadow. Just beyond the reflection. Are you
I think you know what I am.
that long now they're turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. I've met you many times. Have you been insane?
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Okay, so I'm assuming that once all of these break, I will be out of questions. The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, they know about this. They know what you want me to do to them.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion.
Okay.
When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Said she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
If I destroy her,
Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
if you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
I'm pretty sure death is good, actually, important.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
I feel like an eldritch god. It feels like he's a man. What is this scroll? Is it a candle or is it a bone? It's a bone. That's my true.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
You made me. If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture. What would it be like to live in a world
Light,
without
burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever.
I feel like we need fear and loneliness.
There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
But it's never gonna be shared. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically. So I am. And so it was always going to be. I'm just an echo. And every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
I don't think I will. I think like pain, suffering, and change, difference, destruction are all like good things, or at least necessary things. As the final fragment of the glass shatters, you see yourself the newfound world. The narrator was right, you are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. She is the mount. Hi.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
There you are.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Know about the echoes of your conversation.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Do you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. You move and I react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow? More than either of us can possibly imagine. If you would only open yourself to the totality of existence. There is no beginning, there is no end, and there is no end. There is only the flood of body. Every possible every moment you hold every possible sensation at once. And then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back for a brief moment. Both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
But you say nothing.
Your left arm takes a stake into your body.
Is it gonna go
And
all
another,
of these or just...
and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
still gonna remain silent.
And so your quietude continues.
The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
I'm gonna keep
Is your unbroken silence a lack of an answer? Or has your understanding begun to move beyond words?
Boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it
I really
goes
like this.
until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives. And yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
I'm just gonna
Still, you hide the contours of your heart from me.
the clash between the baits you begin to shake. Your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't.
I like
There
that.
is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe sit above.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Okay, what are my options here? I've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. You think I can if you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. I don't know what the answer is. There has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. I never wanted to fight you. But how do we leave? Okay, I'm ready to go. I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
For yourself. Volunteer yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel the sensation in your limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning at a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to the final flame. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, finding you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. Do not yield.
I love you.
Take your hand. Once the unyielding tension breaks, you're free to
It's magnificent.
no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. Something to the infinite. just as you always will be. The conflict is in your nature. The two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. I'm gonna go through. That was a great. I'm gonna go through and see if there's anything. I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna slay the princess. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry.
Even now, you think you can destroy me. If it takes all of eternity to break your delusion,
You don't have to face her alone.
Here.
I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
No idea how good it is to
It's
hear.
good to be here. You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
it's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's go. I'm ready.
Then let's go.
Whoa. It's like reverse of the other thing. It's getting more and more. Okay.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that for old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
Oh.
And I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're gonna need that blade.
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the
It's
cabin?
just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
I'm curious to. I'm gonna save here as well. I'm gonna take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
We both know why you're here. You don't have to draw it out for my sake.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Yeah. Continue down
And
the
down we
stairs.
go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. That sight brings me back. You're going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Okay. Sit with her. I don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
I only wanted to slay you out there. It's easier to want to kill an abstract concept than it is a person.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So make me put it all back.
Okay.
Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
I think that actually will just reset the game. Would resetting it do anything to help them? People out there, if you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and
Fixing
suffer?
that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
I'm going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
If we're talking right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
How do you know that things won't end worse? What if I make my way back here? I'm different and I hurt you. What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
We'd have to do this. We'd have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually, something is going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
I take it all back. I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god? I'm sorry, but I can't do that.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left for is a small melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. The tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carried a part of what should be you. Things won't be now as they were then, but they aren't nothing.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter. We don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Leave the basement behind. There's the stairs. Then you leave the
It's
cabin
quiet
itself.
here.
Path outside the woods are an empty canvas. There's even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor. A world free from death. The body of an ancient creature stirs from hibernation with sensation. Once could fathom everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning on a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound into an agonizing tension to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. Push back in the strength of its space.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to the weak. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. Sun. Then shattering, free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that stained your hands countless times over. There will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get
used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all.
Speak for yourself. Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it.
Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Like
Yeah.
crazy.
We can do that.
That's another thing. I'm gonna go back here. No. Load. Yes. I don't know what the answer is. There has to be something else. It can't be this. I'll kill you, whatever.
There is no something else. This.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take...
It's time to resume our dance.
It's the same thing.
Then let's
Oh,
go.
it's the same thing.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that. Do you need... No blade it is.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
gonna
what
go
we'll be
with that
able to do
blade.
without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Yeah, let's go.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing.
That's a different line.
Only she didn't know us.
Didn't
And
know
down we
this.
go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this.
I guess when you put it that way, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Lead the princess. You lead and the princess follows, and together leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You see the tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore. She knows it, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Neither of us knows what it's going to be like out there.
It's something new. But whatever it is, we'll face it. Together.
Take the blade
That's probably
into the basement.
the stairs.
We both.
It sounded.
Continue
And
down.
down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you'll have all of eternity to yourself after this.
Sit
What?
with her. I don't think I want to be together.
Honestly, me neither. Well, I don't. What if we tried? So, make me put it all back. Make me send us back to the.
Can she really
Yeah.
do that?
Let's see. Okay, let's do it. I believe in us.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
I'll see you soon.
Hey, I love you.
That actually does.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
There's one more thing I want to do.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm just gonna try to just go straight for it. Never mind. That was a very good game. As I said, I had played some of it before, but I had only got one ending. It's a really great game. It seemed like a lot of it was, at least for the start, the princess was your perception of the princess, which was really interesting. I liked that a lot. That was really cool. But that's gonna be one that I have to sit on for a while. It definitely was a love story. That's for sure. And yeah. Like, I don't know that I have all the answers for it right now. I think I'll have to sit with it for a while. Because I just played it for 3 hours. Am I really gonna do? Small monster. That's cute. So yeah, this was just made by a I want to do one thing.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I want to.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, I'm just gonna silently continue and go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
She'll lie, she'll cheat, she'll do
She will
anything.
lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Of course. Into the basement. Let's go. Let's kill this lady.
Her voice carried.
Who's there?
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Yeah. Continue
Good.
down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason.
Continue down the stairs and just don't
You
hesitate.
walk
Just
down
go
the
straight
stairs
for the heart.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Seal your nerves.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Let's go.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Yada yada.
So, you should just
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Yeah. Of course it is. She's
Yes,
dead.
exactly. It's over.
I'm done. I did my job.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Alright, let's leave. Let's go.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What
'Cause she's gone.
happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Okay.
So glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone.
Just gotta trust the name.
Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst.
Okay.
Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Of course we are.
Really?
Here.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Yay, I got the good ending. I saved everybody. Yay, hurrah. Thank you, everyone. Yay. Awesome. Okay, that was Slay the Princess. Thank you, everyone, for staying by my side throughout this. This was a wonderful game, and there are so many more paths to take than the ones I took. I'm gonna have to chew on this game for a while, but it was just wonderful. It was just delightful. I loved it, every minute of it. It is definitely gonna be in my top games. This was a great game. It reminded me somewhat of Disco Elysium, especially with the shifting mound part, but that's always a good. If anything ever reminds me of Disco Elysium, that's a great thing. That's an incredible thing. But it's not Disco Elysium. It's very much not that game. It's very different. It's its own. Oh my god. Oh, hello. I've never stayed on the title screen that long. Okay. But I haven't spoiled the whole game because there are many different little paths to take. And it's not really about the endings, I feel like, as much as it is about the paths and the journeys you go on. It's a gift in itself. I love this game. And if there's any game that I suggest you spend your money on, this very well could be it. I would definitely suggest giving this game a try. So, thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. See you later.